Mama, welcome to Shekinah Glorious Faith Ministries. Kindly tell us your name, where you come from, and your beautiful testimony.
Good morning, church. My name is Buhlebenkosi Khumalo. I'm staying in Soweto. I've come to give God glory. I've come to thank God for my deliverance. It was like last year, my hair was falling from my head. I just found my head with a gap of hair. I didn't know what happened. Then I was privileged to be on prayer line. Prophet prayed for me. He gave me an instruction and he said, I must hit my head 3 times. And I followed the instruction. I did hit my head with faith. Gradually, when I left Shekinah, my hair starting to grow bit by bit up until I discovered my hair was restored.
Wow, people of God, let's clap hands for Jesus. People of God, let's kindly look at the screen and see where her hair was falling off. The other picture is the picture of the restoration. Let us kindly clap our hands for Jesus.
My second testimony. Since I grew up, I was suffering from anger. Then it happened in my workplace, 2020. I started to suffer mockery, shame, humiliation, name calling, and all sorts of insults. But I didn't give up with my job.
People of God, let us clap hands for Jesus.
When I suffered the humiliation, I took the problem to my manager. But instead of helping me, it became worse. Worse that I couldn't stand it. But I trusted God would see me through. Firstly, I was fighting. I suffered emotional abuse, physical abuse, but I didn't give up. I worked in the same company from 2020 up until last year, December. That is when I felt I was tired of the situation. I stayed at home. From January up until end of May, I was sitting at home. I didn't tell anyone, I just quit the job. It was one faithful Monday when I just left church. Monday, the following day, I received a call. The very same boss was calling me to come back to work. Where I work, I was a sample maker. I used to make the first garment of the company. They would take the garment to look for the job. That is how the company was getting clients. So by the time I was sitting at home, that company faced a lot of challenges, and the samples, most of them were rejected, up until they phoned me and called me to come back to work. Firstly, I rejected. They begged me. I went for a meeting. I sat down with my boss. We had a meeting. That meeting, it was almost 3 hours because I was rejecting his offer. Then he was showing sorry, but he didn't say anything. from his mouth. Then from there, instead, I accepted his offer. He didn't take me back to the position where I was. I was promoted. Now I'm a production manager.
Wow, people of God, let's clap hands for Jesus. People of God, as you can hear what Mama is saying, God has turned her life around from mockery to promotion. Say to your neighbor, from mockery to promotion. That can only be God of Shekinah.
My third testimony. In my life, I suffered disappointment. I couldn't settle in a relationship. I suffered disappointment after disappointment up until the time I came into Shekinah. My life started to change bit by bit, and I got married. I no longer suffer disappointment. My
Amen.
life has
People of
changed.
God, let's clap hands for Jesus. So, Mama, are you telling that you're married now?
Yes, I'm married.
Wow,
This is
people
the-
of God, let's clap hands for Jesus. From disappointment to marriage settlement, say that to your neighbor. People of God, let us kindly look at the screen as we can see the pictures as the evidence of the marriage settlement. Let us clap hands for Jesus, people of God. Wow, it can only be God, people of God. As we all know that we have got an upcoming conference of singles and marriages. People of God, if there's any of you that is facing disappointment in marriage, kindly do yourself a favor and attend the conference, amen? Yes. Mama, please kindly tell us your word of advice on everyone who's watching now that are going through the same similar situation that you have gone through.
My word of advice to everyone who is here and everyone who is watching. In whatever situation you face, run to God. God will
Amen.
never disappoint you. Amen. Thank you.